It's your boy Dopus Braden back at you with another live stream. Holy man, bro. We are straight chilling. We're going to talk about some racing. There's a lot that's happened in racing lately and dirt track ovals. Holy man. We got a video for you guys. So like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notification bells. We are going to be taking blinkers off the cake so you guys don't have to. I got a cake cart. And I know it's fake. I'm just taking rips and talking about racing. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you guys haven't already heard in dirt track ovals with the 410 sprint cars with the Kubota High Limit series, Rico Abreu just joined Tony Stewart's team. Tony Stewart's still going at it. Everybody laughed at him. Everybody laughed at him and then thought he was going to quit. He was going to quit Top Fill drag racing. He entered a season in Top Fill drag racing in NHRA. Well, with that, everybody thought, oh, because he quit after a year and went down to a funny car or whatever he went to. I don't remember what he went to in there. But either way, everybody said, oh, Tony's running out of money now. Like, bro, he ain't gonna run out of money. He's got plenty of money. I think he had Aaron Reitzel. I forget. No, he had what's it called beforehand? Donnie Schatz, I want to say. I don't remember who he had beforehand, but now he's got Rico. And I heard Brad Sweet is it Brad Sweet? Yeah. Or is it David Guerrero? No, I think it's Brad Sweet. Yeah, Brad Sweet announced his retirement, that he's no longer going to be a full-time driver anymore. Hi, Courtney. But yeah, I'm going to sit here smoking on the cake so you guys don't have to. The cake cart. It's a Delta 8. Ha ha ha! I've been doing good. I've been sitting here smoking along, just trying to figure out what to do for what to do because I don't know what to do anymore. I am like so bored out of my mind these days. I don't know what to do in Wisconsin. I'm almost up to the northern part of Wisconsin, almost to Merrill, Wisconsin. I'm near Merrill. Lindsay wants to go trick-or-treating because she wants to go get candy from the firefighters so she can see Jarrett from the Cronin-Witter Fire Department. Yeah. So I said, and she asked me if I wanted to go along, and she's like, what are you going to wear? I'm just like, you can dress me up as a drag queen. And then I'm like, you know what? Why don't we have Jessica's niece or whatever that is, come along with us, and then we don't have to dress up. But I told my friend, I said, you can put me as a drag queen. She can do my makeup like a drag queen. God, I hate drag queens. I'm not being mean to any drag queens out there, but like, bro, that's a little messed up to make me look like a drag queen. And she made me look like a drag queen. No, I couldn't. Not in this day and age. I would get called a femboy at that point. I would be called a femboy at that point. think I remember you, Courtney. Maybe I do. Oh, that Courtney. The one for I don't want to say where you're at. If that's the one I'm thinking of, I think that's the one I'm thinking of. You're the Courtney I'm thinking of. Are you the court? You're the court. You're that Courtney, aren't you? It's fine if you are. I don't have an issue. M. N. M. N. Okay. Okay, so you are that one. How have you been? I miss talking to you. I don't have Snapchat anymore. I got banned off of Snapchat. I only have Facebook now. How have you been there, girl? It's been a while. I'm surprised you actually found me. Nice. I miss you, girl. I miss you both. I miss both Courtneys here. Hello, Jacob. That's good. But yeah, vaping got banned over here in Wisconsin. Hey, but we can still get we can still buy it online. You just can't buy it in the store or at vape shops. But you can still buy THC at vape shops. And I got some products sent to me. I got a bong sent to me already because of YouTube. Oh yeah, people are generous in this community. Woo, you're from Australia. Woo. I've always wanted to go to Australia. I want to go to Sydney, Australia. Or what's the most poppin' city to go to in Australia? Because since you're from Australia, what is there to do? I know there's dirt track races. I know it's pretty much similar to the U.S., but like, what do you guys do for fun? And what is there to do for fun in Australia? I know there's a lot to do in Australia, I think. Between gold mining, which you guys do that. You guys don't even do gold mining like we do here in the U.S. You guys don't use water. You guys don't use wash plants. You do, but they're not wash plants because you can't actually get water out there. So it's kind of hard. So you have to use. So it's all dusty and dirty when you. Okay, I was just gonna say Perth Motorplex. I hear is having having the Kubota high limit sprint cars from the U.S. and all the top drivers from the U.S. in sprint car racing go down to Perth, Portsmouth or whatever that is, motor complex down there, Perth Motor Complex for the 410 sprint cars. So I figured that's where would be, but I wasn't sure though. Alrighty, see you later, Courtney. It was nice talking to you again. I guess I didn't realize that was you. So nice to hear from you again. But yeah, Jacob, I've heard of them. That's cool, Jacob. That is like really cool. I really want to go over to Australia someday. So that's on my bucket list. And to go out in the deserts. And to ride in the mountains on snowmobiles. The northern part of the U.S. So I'm up by Canada area. I'm close to the Canadian border. So if you think about it, I'm in Wisconsin, right? So Canada and Michigan and Canada, well, Minnesota's this way, and then Canada's right above them. So I'm in Wisconsin, right next door to Michigan, which is up here. Minnesota's this way. Illinois is this way, and Lake Michigan is this way, or Lake Superior is this way. So when you look at the map, I'm like way up, almost to the Canadian border. I shouldn't say I'm in the Canadian border, but I got like 500 miles to go, or more. But still, I'm still really, really close to the Canadian border. Right, right, right. Like what kind of deadly animals do you guys have? I know you guys have snakes. I know you guys have. I don't know what else you guys have. And the heat too, because I hear that the heat is really bad over in Australia. Woo, you got money. You got money, bro. Now we're talking. Holy, bro. You don't have to tell me you had a cyber truck. Holy shit, bro. You got money. Damn. But I have never rode a motor or a dirt bike before. I've rode four wheelers, snowmobiles, but other than that, I haven't rode anything that extravagant yet, or haven't drove something that extravagant. I have a 2002 Polaris, or well, I shouldn't say that. I have a 1990s. I think I have a 98. Oh God. Oh, I have a 340 Indy Light with reverse. That's a Polaris. Then I got a 2002 Polaris 600 that my uncle redid. It was a junked sled. My uncle redid it from the bottom, from the ground up. He put new motor and new everything. Fixed it up. Got the hood hand painted from Polaris. And oh my, that thing rips. My dad or my grandpa's friend is like, holy shit, you passed me? I didn't think you were gonna pass me when you were flying like that. I didn't think you were gonna fly like that. I didn't think that they could go that fast. I'm just like, I only added up to 90. He's like, Jesus, that's fast for that year. I'm just like, yeah, but it's got racing pipes on it. It's got twin pipes. You can put twin pipes on it if wanted. I got the twin pipes for it. Pristine condition for 2002. Pristine, not even a speck of rust. But my grandpa just gave them to his buddy, and he said if he's thinking about getting rid of them, give them back to us when he's done. That's all we ask. Because I want to put those on someday. It runs better with the twin pipes instead of the single pipe. And then my grandpa's got a 2015 Polaris 800 Pro switchback. That thing's a monster. That thing's an Access. Now they got the Chaos. The Chaos isn't any faster than the Access. The Access actually beats an 850. The Access 800 versus the Chaos 850. Oof, the 800 beats the 850. Woo. The older sled beats the 850. And I had to laugh at that. The newer ones just look a little bit, I don't know, they're not as fast as the Accesses are. I figured. What's the most popular brand over by you? I know over in the U.S. it's Skidoo, but I mean Polaris makes quality. Skidoo just makes junk. I'm not saying Skidoo is all junk, and I like some of the Skidoos, but not saying they're all junk because they all have their ups and downs. But I really want a Yamaha Nitro though. Those things are hard to find. And it's going to be even harder to find because you know what? Yamaha isn't making snowmobiles. If you didn't know that yet, Yamaha stopped making snowmobiles now. So pretty soon, Arctic Cat's probably going to be the next one to go. Then what? We only have one U.S. brand, and that would be Polaris. Not saying we don't have Arctic Cat. We do, but they're nothing. They're nothing anymore. I don't remember the last time Arctic Cat made something competitive or anything worth buying. Really, like I don't know. It's just like with Polaris. Polaris is good, but you know what? They're outrageous on prices. God, they're outrageous on their prices for a new side by side 1,000, almost 20 grand. I could go buy a car for that. That's basically an off road. That's basically an off road car. Is all it is. An off road vehicle is all it is. It's basically saying you can. It's got pedals. It's got brakes. It's got everything you could ask for that a car has. Everything a car has, you can have. So say you want to hook up a plow, right there. You don't have to get out anymore. You don't have to get out anymore. You can just do it on the shifter to put it in the drive. There's four buttons. The front one or the back one, closest to you, brings it down. The front one brings it up. This one to the right, angles the plow right. It's like everything you could ask for in a car for an off road machine. You can get for 20 grand. They're cool. Don't get me wrong, and they're useful, very useful. But it's something worth having. But is it worth 20 grand having though? So that Oh, dang, bro. I've never been hospitalized and I've been doing a lot of riding and I jump them, I crash them, I do a bunch of stuff and I've never broke anything. So I'm lucky that way. I don't want to brag because I could easily end up like you someday. And I don't want that. But I have fallen off. One time I thought, okay, I'm gonna hit this little jump here because I was riding on a fence line because my grandma and grandpa live out on the flats, so the wind just blows and it's got nowhere to blow. Then so I was as high as if not higher than the fence, and and I was going over the jump, and I didn't realize that I was just going to go over it casually because I didn't think, whatever, I'll make it over. There's a tabletop on the top. I was wrong. I was wrong. I ended up going over, and I was like, oh shit, I don't have enough for this. I don't have enough to clear this. I thought it was just like a tabletop where I could go back down. Nah, this was open. It was open like right here. So I had to go up and it's open right here. And then there's the jump right here. I ended up face planting. And the 340 is heavy in the front, very heavy, and it's got the big heavy bar, so it's like you can barely move it around. It's like, bro. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting ready to go, bang, and then all of a sudden, oh shit. And then I nosedived right in. I'm just like, there I went over the handlebars and everything, and there I went burying it. I was like, God, you got to be kidding me. But I have my fun on snowmobiles because they live out by fields and everything, and I'm able to take the field down on the because they have a field behind their house and they own a lot of it. And our family owns because they own a 2 acre back square lot in their backyard is a square acre. It's kind of cool because then I can go ride out there. Plus, family beyond beyond that 2 acres behind their house that's square, big huge 2 acres. There's a field behind that. Well, that field is all open. Family owns that too, but we rent it out to the farmers. And you know what we do? We go over by the fence line, and that gets full of drifts. So I can just have fun out there. But we haven't had any snow up here in Wisconsin. Oh God, I haven't been able to take a snowmobile out in 3 years. That is no joke. I don't remember. I haven't even put 5 minutes on. I maybe started it for 5 minutes, but was I running it for 5 minutes? Only a minute, probably. That's how much snow we've had in the last 3 years. We've had this much snow, just a dusting, just to cover it enough, so you could just barely see the grass popping out. And that was spotty, and I probably shouldn't have even been out there riding. Let's be real. There wasn't even enough to even ride. But I did. Should I have? Probably not. But yeah, I love my snowmobiling. But if I could have any snowmobile, or if I could have any snowmobile, it would probably be a 600 mod sled. Oh, I'd say probably back in from 2015 or 2016. A snowcross mod sled, 600 mod, with the new chassis and everything. Not the old Polaris IQRs 600s, not those old sleds. I'm talking about the new sleds being mod sleds, the new generation of mod sleds. If I could have a 600 mod sled right now, ooh, would that be kind of fun? All modded out to snowcross, to factory snowcross, with all factory, with it being ready for pro class, which means not the single pipe that they run now, not the pipes that they run now or what they do now with them, the old mod sleds with the horsepower, everything, triple, well, not the triples, but like the twin pipes and all the motor work and everything. Hell yeah, I want one with all the motor work done already. That sounds like a lot of fun to have one with all the motor work. Like say like a Tucker Hibbert, like Tucker Hibbert's sled. If you've ever heard of Amsoil Championship Snowcross, or you've ever watched Snowcross, and you've heard of Tucker Hibbert and some of these other ones on mod sleds, hell yeah, I would love to have a mod sled. The closest, no, because I'm not that close to New York. I'm more close to the Midwest. I'm not out east. I'm out in Wisconsin. So we don't really have any of that, but we have a lot of snowmobile racing in Wisconsin. A lot of snowmobile racing in Wisconsin. Snowmobile racing is big in Wisconsin and up in Canada. Our guys go from here up to Canada and in Michigan and sometimes in Minnesota. We don't do a lot of racing in Minnesota, but Minnesota is an epicenter for racers, though. And Michigan is too. Michigan's got a lot of different racing up there for snowmobiles. And we have a lot of snowmobile trails in Wisconsin and in Minnesota and in Michigan area. You just got to get to the northern part of Wisconsin. From Wausau, Wisconsin on up is where you got to go. Because I'm almost to the northern part of Wisconsin. I'm only from Ironwood, Michigan. I'm only an hour and a half from Ironwood, Michigan. And that's no joke. But I love it here in Wisconsin. I mean, do I like where I'm at in Wisconsin? Yes and no. Do I want a bigger city? Yes and no. I like the bigger city, But then I also want to be able to ride snowmobile and be able to ride four-wheeler when need be. So I honestly want a bigger city for more to do. But then on the weekends, I do want my fun. I do want a place to go have my fun, like at grandma's. Because Wisconsin's pretty much a small town. We're probably I don't know, but I haven't been snowmobiling or I haven't rode on the trails in God knows how long. I've been able to ride snowmobile around the yard, but haven't been on the snowmobile trails in God knows how long. I miss it. And me and my grandpa used to go all the time. I miss it. I still have the snowmobiles. I just don't. I just can't go on the trails. They don't register them anymore. Grandpa lost his mind, so Grandma's taking care of them. So my fun is gone. Dad don't do it with me. God no. You would think he would do it with me. You don't have no money. You don't care about me. He basically told my mom off today about me. So whatever. It's fine. Not a big deal. I'm not too worried. I'm not losing sleep over it. It's not a big deal. I don't mind being at mom's. I love it at mom's more than dad's. Nothing against my dad, but he's just a little different. My dad's a little out there. For all you people that don't know my dad, he's not all there anymore, and it's because of my uncle dying in 2003, a year after I was born. So do the math, and you'll know how old I am. I'm not that old anymore. Well, anymore. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. I'm not that old. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I'm only 23. God, I can't even remember my own age. 20. Yeah, I am 23. I was born in 2002, so yeah, that would make me 23. And in June I'll be 24. Damn. Damn. So that means Kimmy is 25. Holy shit. And she just had her birthday. But oh yeah, I love it because you know what? Nobody does anything with me. I don't have any money. My mom doesn't have any money. I don't have a vehicle. This is just pathetic. I don't know. I don't like life anymore. What's life if you don't have a vehicle? I don't get how people do it if you don't have a vehicle. God, that's got to be such a boring freaking life. You just must want to kill yourself. I just want to kill myself at times. Not saying I'm going to, not saying I'm ever going to, because I'm not. But like there's days where I just want to kill myself because I don't know what to do. Like, bro, there's nothing to do. Ooh, I haven't seen a John Deere sled in a while. I know they use those in vintage racing. You see, those are quite popular, and so are Mercs, and so are Polaris's and Ski-Doos, and Ski-Doos aren't that popular in vintage racing anymore, but they used to be. But I want a Yamaha SRX triple with Huck growlers on it. If you know what I'm talking about, that's a 700 triple, 2002 700 triple with Huck growlers on it. With Huck growler stingers on it for the coming out of the pipes. That thing will sound mean. I want one. That and a Polaris triple. Those two sleds right there are my favorite. Not saying they're my favorite. Sounding wise, yes. Ride wise, I'd rather have a 2015 or newer, or just have a newer body style on all these sleds, like a new Polaris. 'Cause those things ride so nice and they're so comfortable. They just fly through the air nice. It doesn't even feel like you're even up in the air. When you launch off something, it's like holy shit. It doesn't even feel like I launched. I'm already that high. It doesn't even feel like it. It just feels like a smooth landing and just feels smooth. It's like I don't know. It's there's something about the newer sleds that I like. But I try to keep up with the sleds. So, but in any event, let's keep taking more rips. Yeah, same with my dad. He somewhat helps with. Well, he has to help my grandma, but he's not working anymore because he was taking off so much and he was lazy. Not saying I don't follow in his footsteps. I do follow in his footsteps at times, which I don't. I don't. I don't know. Either way, someday I'll be making a lot of money. Hopefully, I don't ever want to say I'm going to get paid by YouTube because I don't ever look at YouTube by getting paid. If I get paid, I get paid. If I don't, well, whatever. It is what it is. I would like to get paid by YouTube, but am I going to just sit here and do that just to try to get paid? Try to do this to get paid? No. I'm doing it because I have fun doing it. I love, I love live streaming and I love talking to you guys. I love a lot of, I don't know. I mean, I love a lot of things, but can I do a lot of things? No. My dream is to have my own company someday. How that looks, I don't know. I'm gonna go. I want business schooling. But did you guys see that? The Blue Jays. Did you guys see that the Blue Jays won last night? Like, bro, the Blue Jays won again. I'm kind of pulling for the Blue Jays. I'm pulling for the Jays in this one. I'm sorry, but I'm a Blue Jays fan right now. I gotta stay true to the Blue Jays. I do not like the Dodgers. Not saying they're not good. They are good, but you know what? They're all about money, 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 money. They have most money in baseball. It's annoying. Have a good day, Jacob. It was nice talking to you. But oh yeah, boy am I, boy am I high. Tonight I got to look at jobs and stuff, but the joys. Oh, the joys of I don't know. I wish there was a way I could make money without having to have a job. Like not saying I don't need a job, like working for somebody. I want my own. I want to be my own person. Like I want to be my own person. That was weird what that guy was doing. But oh yeah.
I don't know what to do. I sit here bored more than make myself productive. Like, oh well, I shouldn't say I'm not being productive. I shouldn't say I'm not being productive because live streaming is being productive. Is it being productive in the right way? Maybe not. With the way I'm doing it, maybe not. But that's the content I create. But I create racing, rock concerts, and weed and vaping. I do a little bit of everything. I cover the basics a little bit. But without further ado, let's take another rip. We're ripping the vape right now because I don't want to smoke any more THC because I need to make that last until next week. And we're at what now? We're almost halfway through. If I can make this last, I gotta, I gotta take a little of a hiatus. So if you guys don't see videos from me for a while, just know I'm gonna come back with a banger. I do got a podcast channel coming on the way. It's already created. I just haven't posted on it yet. Be on the lookout. It's called Strain Seekers. We're gonna have guests. We're gonna have friends. We're gonna live stream with friends, guests, you name it. It's gonna be a different version of what you guys are used to of a podcast. It's not gonna be real professional at first. We're not gonna keep it professional at first because we're just starting out. So gotta do what we gotta do. If it's sitting right here where I'm at right now on this couch, so be it. Gotta do what we gotta do, bro. No, nobody said we had to be perfect yet. It's the content you create. If we're sitting right in our living room, so be it. If we have to make something up to make it look professional, let's go for it. This already kind of looks professional because my mom's got her puzzle that she mounted, her book puzzle, and it's not a bad place to sit here and smoke and talk, and even if people don't smoke, because we're gonna have guests on here that don't want to smoke, that's fine, and don't smoke, that's fine by me. Teach his own. Don't always have to be high on this channel or on my podcast channel where we're gonna get interviewed. I'm probably gonna get interviewed by some of my friends because they're gonna probably interview me, and even though I'm gonna because I want to know some stuff too, and I know you guys want to know some stuff too. So you guys will. There's a lot of different content coming, but when I get some time here, me and my friend Lindsay are going to sit down and we're going to do a podcast together, and I'm going to interview her. So be on the lookout for that on Strain Seekers. You guys will see that coming in the near future. She's going to be my first guest, or it's going to be either my friend Dawson. I could interview my friend Dawson. I could interview my friend Mackenzie. She could come on and smoke with me and chill and have a good time, drink, whatever she wants to do. But like I said, I'm open to having a podcast channel. I already got the podcast channel set up. I just need to start posting on it. But more content for you guys, even better content than what we're creating right now. But or 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 should I have Mackenzie, since I see her a lot and she's over here a lot with me? Or do I have my friend Mackenzie come over and do some podcasts with me? I mean, oh God, I have a lot of different ideas I can do for if people want to get interviewed, want to come over and get interviewed, so you guys can learn about them. You guys can learn more about me and what I'm about. Because you guys don't see the real side of me. This side of me is this side of me is hyper, but then again, this is kind of how I am, but not really. When you get me out with friends or on a podcast, look out. Woohoo! I've never been on a podcast, never done a podcast before, but you know what? I know how they work. They're kind of pretty much all the same in a way. Just a bunch of people talking and getting to know them and getting to know who they are and what they're about and have some fun on the podcast together. But oh yeah, there's a lot of different things we can do that I'm really looking forward to. But I mean, big things coming, that's for sure. I mean, I can't spoil too much because I don't want to spoil too much about what's coming. But for that podcast channel, we're gonna interview my friends. I mean, it doesn't have to just be friends, but I'd rather it be friends for right now. Some of my friends got some good stories to tell, and I got some various different friends. I got like I got I got rich friends. I got friends that are living in the almost in the dump. I got friends that are you name it. I don't want to be mean, and I'm not being mean to any of them because they're all really nice people and they're all good to me. But you know, some of the people I interview, you guys are gonna we're gonna have a lot of fun. I know the one kid that or the one person we're gonna have on here. Boy, do we have some stories to tell you guys. We could start up that podcast channel with him. Ha 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 ha. I think it would go over real well. We just got to be real degenerates. We got to be real degenerates on my podcast. That's what my podcast is going to be about. Calling degenerates, having degenerates on. Like, bro, we don't even have to have degenerates on. I mean, we're still going to have degenerates. But, like, I don't know. We're going to keep it fun. And we're going to keep it interesting. We're going to interview some people. And we're going to talk. And we're going to have a good time. Some will maybe smoke with me. Some maybe won't smoke with me. But either way, we're going to change up the scenery a lot. Because we're not going to stay in one area. So my podcast is just going to be... You might see me here. You might see me at friends' houses set up. Wherever. We're gonna have a setup every time. Every time we do we're still gonna be professional at it. We may be standing. We may be sitting. Who knows? We may be interacting around the house. But you know what? Either way, we're gonna chill and have a good time on the podcast channel. It's gonna be like the podcast isn't just gonna be a sit down podcast. Nope. We are not going to do it just a sit down podcast. I couldn't. I can't just do a sit down podcast like that. I would go crazy. Not saying I can't do them. I will. But there'll be times where I sit down and actually do one. But for the most part, you guys might see a lot of various different things. And you guys are going to hear different topics that are probably not for any viewers on here. Or for some viewers, like, bro, but probably not appropriate. Some of it's probably not appropriate for YouTube, but bro, just know there's big things coming to Strikers podcast channel. I haven't created anything, but there will be some content coming in the near future. So, like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notification bells. We are going to take one more rip of the cart, and we are going to get out of here for today. Yeah, we're doing a quick little stream today. Nothing too crazy. It's 3:40 or not 3:40. It's 2:40 right now where I'm at. So cheers. Let's take the final rip and let's get out of here. We hit that at 5. Well, we didn't hit that at 5. We hit that for 5 seconds at 2.7. Woo, is that thing flavorful. But it's not the flavor it's not a flavor I like for a blueberry. This is so artificially blueberry. But like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notification bells. Until then, bye.